Dear guests, let's welcome the arrival of our guest of honor, Director General of Education, Ms. Ho Mei.
Good evening. I think it is a pleasure to see so many of you here this evening, including the little children. I think it is really great. We have students. I think they must be students. Huh? But I always believe in early exposure to the arts, and I thought it is so encouraging to see some parents bring the children here. Obviously, they must belong to somebody. So. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate Siglap Secondary School for successfully organizing this first Young Illustrator Awards. I would also like to take this opportunity to extend my thanks to partners, Noise Singapore, the National Library Board, and the East Zone Centre of Excellence for Creative Arts. And I do see, in fact, very strong support in their presence. So I just want to thank the colleagues here this afternoon. The Young Illustrator Awards is a competition to promote the craft of illustration. And I thought this was really a unique idea. I don't know whether the press is here, but as I was just thinking through, I thought this is really something that I think if the press were to pick it up, it would really encourage a lot more young people to go into doing doodling and just drawing. I understand, in fact, from the principal of Siglap Secondary, Mr. Lo Ju Hong, that the intent is really to promote the love of doodling and drawing among young children and teenagers. And believe me, I think every one of us can draw. Do you believe in that? Yes, I believe in that. In fact, I took up drawing in my adulthood, and just the time that I was working and doing the ministry. This was in the Ministry of Education. This was in the 1980s. And I was working, in fact, with the art unit colleagues. So these were actually the art inspectors. And so they started, in fact, to have a group of people draw orchids. Nothing but just orchids. And I found that I fell in love with just using watercolor and drawing orchids. But obviously, I think this medium has gone very, very far, because in fact, you're employing a very unique way to reach out to young people. I understand, in fact, that you are using cloud computing. And I thought, wow, this is such a brilliant idea, and I really would like to congratulate Siglap Secondary, as well as the East Zone Creative Arts Centre of Excellence for coming up with this very ingenious ideas, because it allows, in fact, an avenue for young people to express themselves, and I think that's very important. In the 3 months that the online submission was open, the Young Illustrator Awards received over 3,200 artwork submissions, and I thought this was really something that was mind-boggling. To date, its website has been visited by over 218,000 times. So I think this is really wonderful to see the young people coming in and finding out what others are doing. And I think this is truly a remarkable response that reflects a high level of mass participation from youths across Singapore. I would like, in fact, to commend Siglap for its initiative and creative approach to promote a love for the arts. I thought it is just worth pointing out that over 3/4 of the artworks submitted were created by students on their own. So in other words, it's not because somebody prompted them to do so, but because they want to do it. And noticeably, without much guidance from adults. So anybody who just have this love of doodling, you just pick up a pen and then just start doodling and find that it's so easy to post your submission on the web. So as you actually move around, I think the works later on, what you see in fact would be an astonishing display of youthfulness. And I'm just, my eyes are just being drawn to the artworks now. This one, for example, all right. Authenticity, all right, the way they look at the world, and originality, that is really a joy to look at. I think this looks a bit like the Peanuts cartoon. And I just would like, in fact, to congratulate the students themselves for this self-driven initiative, and also the motivation that comes deep inside them. And I think this is precisely the kind of spirit that we want to encourage in our young people. I am impressed by the high standard of artworks submitted by the participants. So Joo Hong, in fact, sent me some of the online versions, and I actually spent a lot of time just looking at them. In fact, I was told that the exhibition committee had a very tough time selecting artworks to be displayed in today's exhibition, as there are so many deserving ones to choose from. I would like, therefore, to take this opportunity to congratulate the winners of the Young Illustrator Awards. It is truly quite an achievement to have your work being selected by well-respected professionals among thousands of entries. I'd also like to congratulate all the other participants whose artworks are being showcased in the exhibition here today. So even if you have not won the prize, I think the fact that your work is exhibited, in fact, shows that your work is much appreciated. So I just want to encourage our young people to pursue your interest in art making. And indeed, a creative mind, a strong grounding in visual arts will put you in good stead to shine in the future. So I was told, in fact, a few years ago, as we're looking at encouraging digital media, when I visited some of the companies in Singapore, they're telling me that it is very hard to get good artists in Singapore. And so, in fact, there is a requirement for good artists in Singapore to be in the digital media. They are actually sort of sought after, especially in the design of games. So as I was actually looking at some of the artists, they tend to be younger people. They'll drink all kinds of things, like costumes and so on and so forth. On this note, I would like to conclude by once again thanking Siglap Secondary and all the various organizations that have come together to make this wonderful competition a success. Such partnership between schools and the community in support of the arts is something we want to encourage more of. I believe this will help us to get more people interested and involved in the arts, and through the arts help us to build a more gracious society. So on this note, I hope all of you will enjoy going round and looking at the exhibition. And more importantly, I think if you meet and when you meet the artists, please do encourage them to keep on pursuing what they are doing. And I think this is really something very heartening as an educator to see our young people stepping up. And I think to some extent, I would want also to thank the teachers, because I think the teachers on their part have also seeded the love of art in their students. So on this note, congratulations to the winners again, and have a very pleasant evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, we will now play a short video which traces the journey of Young Illustrator Award. So please, you can't sit back, but enjoy.
Maybe I'll start by giving a little background to help you understand why we organize this competition. Art is a big part of Siglap Secondary School's DNA. Our vision is to mold all Siglapians into caring, confident, and creative individuals who appreciate the arts. We are also the center of learning for visual arts. To promote the love of visual art, we experimented with an art competition in 2011. We call it the Ultimate Drawing Competition. The Ultimate Drawing Competition is a prototype drawing competition we tested only with Siglap students. The idea is to leverage on students' ICT knowledge and through it, develop in them 21st century skills. Students are encouraged to produce their artworks in response to a given theme, in any medium of their choice. They then digitize their artworks and submit them through email. Their artworks were then posted on Facebook so that every student could see the labor of their peers, be involved in discussion, and learn from each other. We also introduced a reality show format to the competition. This helped to build students' confidence and make the competition more interesting. Contestants needed to pitch their submission in front of a panel of judges. They had to convince the judges of their artistic intent and why they deserve to advance to the next round of the competition. All the presentations were video recorded and uploaded to Facebook to entice more students' involvement as they followed the contestants through their trials and tribulations. Our effort did not go to waste. Hundreds of Siglapians followed the development of the competition online. Building on our prototype success, we wanted to do something bigger, something that will benefit more students, something that will reach out to the entire nation. On 23rd May 2012, we launched the Young Illustrator Awards.
The objectives of Young Illustrator Awards are to promote the love of doodling and drawing among young children and teenagers, to provide a platform for young artists to showcase their talents to a wide audience and encourage networking among art lovers through a buzzing online community. What is really unique about the Young Illustrator Awards is that the entire experience is such a breeze. No more filling up of complicated forms or cracking your brain over how you are going to mail your bulky artworks to the organizer. Everything is done on the cloud, anytime, anywhere, and can be done by anybody. Yes, even a primary school student can do this after minimum teaching. So you don't have to trouble your teachers anymore. Participants just simply need to draw, snap, and post. We also included Facebook Likes, Twitter, and Google+. These functions help to make the competition viral and also enable other netizens to interact with the artists. The results are beyond our wildest imagination. We received a total of 3,236 online submissions in 3 months, and to date, the Young Illustrator Portal's website is visited over 218,000 times. Young Illustrator Awards is also rated by many other websites and has even drawn interest from talent grooming websites from overseas. I don't think there is any local art competition quite like it. Young Illustrator Awards is divided into 3 phases: submission, elimination, and exhibition. Online submission is done for 2 separate competitions: Dr. Doodle for primary school category and Manga Master for secondary school category.
For Manga Master, the top 20 artists were selected to go through elimination rounds. The top 20 attended a masterclass by professional comic artists. They were then given 2 weeks to produce a sequential drawing based on the theme Action. The artworks were presented to the judges, and the top 10 advanced to the final elimination round. The top 10 were then